Your Coach Wiz, we'll be back with another reaction video. Today we got Shannon Sharpe gets exposed in the GOAT debate. We know he a LeBron lover. Let's see what he's talking about. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe. I like Shannon Sharpe.
Shannon Sharpe, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Out the gate.
Because you've been carrying on a GOAT debate for a man that spent 8 years in the place and never won a championship.
Dribble into his pull-up at 12 feet. Whoa.
And then when he went to team up with his homeboys, the Banana Boat boys, Dirk Nowitzki shot 1 foot fallaways and put him out of his misery.
Haslam again, excellent ball denial. Terry, a long three.
Oh.
And then the next year, they was getting beat. He was cramping up in San Antonio.
Hey, you want to fake injuries? You got it. Oh my God.
Oh, I can't go on. You got to choose a side. You got to say you out here caping for LeGoat James all the time, or that GOAT conversation should have been tabled a long time ago as well.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Yo, why he going so crazy? Why Ryan Clark going in like this? Oh, Uncut, you don't make it no better. You don't make it no better. Sheesh.
When it comes to ESPN and shows like First Take, we understand these analysts on air, they're basically playing a role, playing a version of themselves, and not being 100% authentic. And looking at someone like Shannon Sharpe, kind of the ultimate WWE character, playing a version of himself that's amped up to the nth degree.
You know who it is. It's GOAT James. It's GOAT James in the building, baby.
Pathetic.
So seeing Shannon play that character right there, you might ask, why are you taking that guy seriously? He's pushing 50, has a GOAT mask on. It's entertainment. People watch it for that, not the actual takes.
Uncut, you coming at Shannon Sharpe? Yo, Uncut is diabolical.
And I think largely that is true. But for a lot of NBA fans, I would say pro LeBron fans, the narrative Shannon Sharpe spews, they also repeat ad nauseum on YouTube, social media, and especially in everyday life.
42, 17, and 8. And then with the efficiency, something your guy could never be is efficient. If GOAT shot the ball 28 times in a game, 22 times on average for a career, how many points would he average?
So stopping Shannon Sharpe right there, one of the go-to LeBron James fan tactics is using ifs and hypotheticals. And even for LeBron himself, he always says, if I wanted to, I could do this. If I wanted to, I could do.
Yo, LeBron, you really said that? I don't want to sound like a hater, man, but you could never hit 50, 40, 90. You're not a good free throw shooter, sir. And if you could do that, then do it.
Do that. But the sad thing is, he never actually does. And I think Shannon's biggest mistake in that clip right there is saying Michael Jordan, the greatest scorer of all time, was not efficient.
The efficiency, something your guy could never be.
What did you say?
The efficiency, something your guy could never be.
As looking at his play in the late 80s or the 1990s, he was taking 24, 25, even 27 shots per game. His overall percentage still was hovering around 50%. For a high-volume scorer, that's virtually unheard of, especially the guard position. Now, for someone like Shannon Sharpe seeing those stats, they'd say, you know, if LeBron took 27 shots per game, he'd average X amount of points, equaling Jordan or surpassing him. And at face value, that might make sense. But here's the one important detail. For LeBron's overall career, the more shots he takes, the less efficient he becomes. As looking at 2006, the time LeBron took 23.1 shots per game, the most of his career, his overall percentage was 48%, which of course is still impressive. But compared to LeBron James' average career, that 48% was one of the worst of his career. As compared to himself, it ranks 19 out of 22 seasons in field goal percentage, effective field goal percentage, and true shooting percentage.
Go James in the building, baby.
So the ideal LeBron James, if he got 22 shots per game, 23 shots per game, he'd be Jordan 2.0 scoring at his level, is simply not true. As of course, the overall efficiency dips drastically when LeBron James takes more shots per game. And to hammer that point home even further, let's look at the postseason. LeBron in 2015 took an astounding 27.2 shots per game, the most of his career in the playoffs. Now, that overall volume combined with the efficiency was pretty shaky, as LeBron's field goal percentage was only 41.7%.
Because 17 of the Cavs' last 20 points. And did a good job the other night. Here is James. James drives, falling away.
Come on, man.
Looking at LeBron in 2015, with kind of an energy-ass scoring role, his efficiency plummets in an instant. And compared to LeBron's overall career, field goal percentage-wise, is the third lowest of his career. Effective field goal percentage is the lowest, and true shooting percentage also the lowest. The only time Michael Jordan in the playoffs took at least 27 shots per game was 1993. And looking at Jordan that year from the field, 47.8%, of course, far better than LeBron James. Effective field goal percentage above 50%, and true shooting percentage a hair above 55%.
This have to come. 2.5 seconds. Jordan.
Y'all know why he said that? Because Mike has always been efficient. So I don't know if hey man, that's why you got to be careful what you say. Because people like my guy Uncut, there's a lot of channels that will bury you. You know, because when you live and you say stuff just on the spot, you ain't got time to really think. Hey, people be on your helmet, man.
Again. Hey, this have to come. Done it again.
Come on, man.
Yes, go.
My overall point is pretty simple.
Look at the push
LeBron
cross.
Jordan as scores, they couldn't be more different. LeBron James, his sweet spot is about 22 shots per game with very good efficiency. For Michael Jordan, his sweet spot is around 27 shots with the same level of efficiency despite the increase in shot attempts. And of course, same LeBron James, you know, if he took X amount of shots like Jordan, he'd average the same amount. There's no proof, no data to back that up in the postseason or the regular season. And looking past the overall number, just talking basketball common sense, for someone like Jordan, his motor, his energy was unlike any player in league history. And of course, him taking 24, 25, even 20 shots per game, that overall motor propelled him to be highly efficient despite that workload on the offensive end and the defensive end.
Well, the thing that amazes me about Michael Jordan and about I think the rest of the players in the league is his stamina and his endurance. We didn't have the type of stamina, the type of energy level that Michael seems to possess every single night, whether he's playing against the worst team in the league or the best team in the league. He has an energy level that's unmatched by any other player or any other athlete that I've seen in professional sports.
For someone like Michael Jordan taking 25, 27 shots per game, that was an immense burden that drained his energy. And of course, playing on both ends of the floor, it's virtually impossible for anyone not named Michael Jordan. And once again, looking at LeBron James, when he had that high volume scoring role, taking 25 and 30 shots per game, his overall efficiency plummeted every single time. As looking at LeBron's overall playoff career, he had 16 total games taking 30 or more shots.
See, and this is why y'all was trying to kill me in one of my past videos when I said LeBron isn't a scorer. This is why I don't look at LeBron as a scorer. Like, I don't think that's what he does best. I think when you put him in that role, you get numbers like this. I think he's more of a facilitator, more of a passer, gets downhill really well, but putting the ball in his hands and asking him to, get 30, I don't think that's not him. It's never been him, which is why I never understood the Kobe comparisons, the Jordan comparisons. Like, I never got that.
In those games total, only shot 46%. And out of the 16 games, had 5 games below 40% and 6 games above 50%. Now look, shooting 46%, taking 30 shots per game, that's highly, highly impressive. But of course, compare LeBron James not taking 30 shots, that percentage was 4% higher.
Interesting.
I was
Now,
gonna say
looking
it's
at
not that
Michael
bad
Jordan, the
though.
exact same scenario, 30 or more shots per game. MJ's playoff career had 39 such games. And in those
Ugh.
games, shot 49.9%. And here are some bonus numbers. Out of those 39 games, Jordan had 22 games above 50% shooting, 4 games above 60%, and only 3 games under 40%. Once
Crazy.
again, someone like Jordan averaging 35, 36, even 40 points per game in a series wasn't always dependent on him taking a ton of shots. What also makes it impressive is the efficiency with those shots. And I can already hear LeBron fans, well, Jordan's sample size is 39 games, LeBron's only 16. I guess kind of a fair point. So let's look at Jordan's playoff career, the 16 games, to the most shots in the playoffs. Out of those games where Jordan took the most shots in the playoffs, his percentage was 49.7%. And out of those 16 games, 10 games about 50%, only 1 game below 40%.
Yes, go.
Look, when it comes to Jordan's playoff career,
Oh,
saying he was inefficient as shot chucker is just, it's not true. If you give any player in league history 30, 35, and 40 shots per game, they're not going to be as efficient, as effective as someone like Jordan. As of course,
facts.
even LeBron James, one of the best scorers of all time, has his efficiency productiveness dip and takes more shots per game on the level of someone like Mike.
That's the conference player of the week.
What about it?
Who was the conference player of the week last week?
Listen.
Your guy scoring. How many times did he have 10 assists in the game?
Excuse me.
How many times did he have 10 rebounds in the game?
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I can look it up later. I promise you it'll be more. Let me tell you something right now. Anything that Michael Jordan wanted to do, he didn't spend the first 8 years shivering.
So stopping Stephen A. Smith right there, him being the quote-unquote pro-Jordan guy, just does an awful job in this debate, just kind of yelling, repeating nonsense, and really saying nothing. When someone like Shannon implies Jordan was only a scorer, couldn't pass, get assists, grab boards, what Stephen A. Smith should say if he knew basketball is that Jordan in the 80s, even the 90s, did all those things when the team required
it. Uncut, man. Look, I could tell who you like and who you don't like. Stephen ain't no basketball. You got to think this is on the spot. They don't have time to sit for hours and like really go back and look at their history and be like, oh, okay, and put together, you feel me, a nice debate. They've done it before on their show. Sorry about that. They've done it before, right? Matter of fact, I think if you watch their Shannon Sharpe show, they had a good GOAT debate where they talk numbers and da. But when it's on the spot, you just saying whatever, and it's for entertainment. They just talking. You feel me? But yeah, relax. Shout out to you though.
As of course, looking at Jordan's first ever playoff series, him playing point guard, what did he do? 8.5 dimes per game, still averaging 30 versus the Bucks and Sidney Moncrief. 2 years later, they added a point guard in Sam Vincent. What did MJ do? Let that guy handle the ball, the point guard duties, be the facilitator and the passer. As Jordan played off ball, became really a great mid-range jump shooter, in the playoffs, locked in on defense, averaging 36 points per game on above 50% shooting.
I hate this. I hate this. Like, Jordan was not a point guard. Like, I don't understand. Like, he was a scorer, a lockdown defender. Like, that's what he was. Like, he didn't need to play point. He wasn't a point guard. That wasn't his role on his team. Now, when he was asked to, like all other great players, he could. But I hate the narrative that like Jordan was a ball hog, even though early on in his career they was saying he was a little bit selfish. Hey, I didn't. That's what they were saying. I never looked at it like that. Like if y'all tell me my job is to score, that's my job, and I'm shutting down the other team's best player. And it just don't go for Jordan. It goes for a lot of those players that like role was to score. I hate that whole like, oh, they don't get a lot of assists. Like, so what? I don't need to. I can though. I can. But you can't guard me. Never like that.
The very next year, 1989, Sam Vincent kind of gets pushed to the side, benched, and forgotten about, which forced Jordan to play point guard. And Jordan, as a point guard, was highly effective, leading the Bulls to their first East Finals in over a decade. And of course, in that playoff run was a walking 35-8-7, the Bulls' best defender, clutch time player, really their best everything. Long story short, 80s Jordan really did everything for the Bulls if they needed it. They didn't play defense, he can do that. Play point guard, facilitate, he'll do that. Score clutch time buckets, take over in fourth quarters, he really always did that.
Exactly.
Jordan really pre-championship, pre the titles, could do anything he wanted on a basketball court, stats-wise, numbers-wise, points, rebounds, and assists. And of course, even looking at the championships, how Jordan beat his opponents was in a variety of ways. The 91 Finals versus Magic, he kind of beat Magic at his own game. As of course, this series, Jordan, 11.4 dimes per game, the most ever in a finals for a non-point guard. The next year, 92 versus Clyde and the Blazers, what did they say Jordan couldn't do? Well, of course, he couldn't shoot threes like Clyde Drexler, didn't have that jumper. In his finals, not only averaged 36 points per game, locked down Clyde, but did it on near 54-90 shooting splits in the NBA Finals. And of course, 1993 versus the Suns, the best offense in basketball. What did Jordan do to beat them at their own game? In this series, averaged 41 points per game, the highest ever in a single finals series in NBA history. Long story short, Michael Jordan, if he needed to, could beat you in a variety of ways. And looking at age, Jordan, who wasn't winning championships, really did everything. For the 1990s, having the triangle in place, Jordan's roles opportunities were more niche and geared towards scoring. But of course, if he needed to, could beat you passing, shooting threes, or of course, averaging 40. If, like Shannon and Sharpe, you say Michael Jordan, he was only a scorer, not a great passer, he wasn't efficient, it's kind of like they give away to know basketball. No, Jordan.
Jordan was not we gotta stop this, man. I'm a Jordan guy. Jordan was not this incredible 3-point shooter. Like, he could make threes, obviously, but in that era, he didn't need to take a lot of threes. But yeah, he could make them. Like, he was an average 3-point shooter. Now, if he wanted to be an amazing 3-point shooter, I'm sure he could do that too. But like, this narrative that like Jordan had his flaws too, guys. He did. I'm sorry, he did. But he's still the GOAT. And Shannon Sharpe, you was tripping. I guess it's the end of the video. I don't know what happened to my boy's audio. Shout out to Uncle Hoops. Love your channel, broski. Yo, I'm Coach Wiz. I'm out of here. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all want to see next. I'm thinking about doing some fitness content. What y'all think? Men and women over 40 fitness content. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments, man. I really appreciate your support and get y'all memberships. I'm gone. Jordan the GOAT. Let's stop this.